Imagine waking up to a morning that never actually begins. You wait for the sunrise, but the sun is simply a ghost of itself. It hangs in the sky, pale and weak, giving off no more heat than the moon. The shadows disappear. The blue sky turns a sickly shade of gray, and a thick, dry fog settles over the world, refusing to lift. This wasn't a temporary eclipse, and this wasn't a cloudy week. This nightmare lasted for 18 months. We often look back at history and point to the years of the Black Death or the World Wars as humanity's darkest hours. But ask a modern historian, and they will point to a different date entirely. A year when the world literally went dark. A year that started a century of collapse. The year was 536 AD. And according to science, it was the absolute worst year to be alive in human history. At the time, no one knew why it was happening. They only knew that the world was ending. From Constantinople to China, the accounts are terrifyingly consistent. The Byzantine historian Procopius, witnessing this from the Roman Empire, wrote chilling words, stating that the sun gave forth its light without brightness, like the moon, during the whole year. He described a world where men were free neither from war nor pestilence and not from anything else that leads to death. In Ireland, the chronicles simply recorded a failure of bread. In China, the stars disappeared from view, and the summer snows fell in the months of August, killing the harvest. Without the sun, the global temperature plummeted. It was the beginning of the late antique Little Ice Age. Crops rotted in the fields, and the famine didn't just visit, it moved in. But the darkness was only the beginning, because when the body is weak and cold, it becomes a playground for disease. For centuries, this period was a mystery. Was it a punishment from the gods? A cosmic event? It wasn't until very recently that modern science, analyzing ice cores from deep within glaciers, found the culprit. They found microscopic shards of volcanic glass. Evidence suggests that a cataclysmic volcanic eruption, likely in Iceland or North America, tore theirs open in early 536. It was so massive that it spewed millions of tons of ash and sulfur into the stratosphere. This blanket of ash circled the globe, reflecting the sunlight back into space, and turning the earth into a frozen tomb. The cold and the famine weakened the population of the Roman Empire, and then, the final blow arrived. Rats, fleeing the cold wildlands, moved into human cities. They brought with them a bacterium called Yersinia pestis. We know it today as the bubonic plague. In 541 AD, the Plague of Justinian broke out. It is estimated to have killed up to 50 million people, nearly half the population of the world at that time. The empire, already starving in the dark, collapsed under the weight of the dead. When we complain about a bad year in modern times, we often forget how fragile our civilization truly is. 536 AD reminds us that we are at the mercy of this planet. It was a year when nature decided to turn the lights off. A year that changed the course of history by simply taking away the sun. If you enjoyed this journey into the dark, make sure to like and subscribe for more lost chapters of history.